911, this is Brad. What's the address of your emergency?
The call lasted 3.5 minutes.
I am currently following a car that seems to be having some difficulty.
A 3.5-minute attempt to prevent a tragedy.
He came close to bumping into a car that he's crossing the middle line.
A tragedy the criminal justice system could have prevented dozens of times.
Because he's all over the place, really.
Now unfolding on a Grand Junction street.
He just hit a motorcycle. He just turned in front of a motorcycle. Okay, he just hit a motorcycle? He just hit the motorcycle and the man is down on the ground.
We went hunting together, went fishing together, played cards together.
The man on that motorcycle was Curtis Littlepage.
He liked playing cribbage with his grandpa and chess. He liked to play chess.
The second of Pat and Anita Littlepage's 5 kids, a Marine who served in Iraq.
He actually was kind of real private about that. He didn't talk a lot about what he did in the military. We just know he was there.
A man who'd ridden to the Harley dealership for new saddlebags and was on his way to meet his family when a red car turned in front of him.
Engine 2, ambulance 2, medic 1, responding
Units en route to the crash.
a vehicle versus a motorcycle.
The vehicle is still on scene and the patient does have a severe head injury.
A half hour later at the hospital, Curtis Littlepage died. He was 35.
I mean, a lot of people say, that they accept the responsibility to bury their parents.
But nobody should have to bury their kids. Not for something dumb like what happened. Just could have totally been avoided.
The man in the red car was Kevin Clayton, a man with a history of impaired driving. DUI cases in 1997 and in 2001, 2002, and 2015. At the scene, police suspected he was on something. Clayton agreed to a blood test.
Earlier, we were told that you were taking medication.
I took medication at 9 in the morning, which is when I take it every morning.
What is that medication?
I take a Xanax and I take a Suboxone.
One for anxiety, the other to treat opioid addiction.
Do you feel impaired at all from your medications that you take in the morning right now?
No, I do not.
Clayton was driving back from a dispensary, but denied recently using pot.
And when I turned, I just didn't see the motorcycle lights. I just didn't see them.
But there would be no arrest. Not yet.
So we're going to release you to your dad,
Okay,
and the investigation into this case is ongoing.
okay.
Okay?
So they sent Clayton home and waited for the results of his blood test.
You know your license is restrained, right?
I do.
No more driving.
I
Period.
understand.
End of story.
I understand.
Okay. No more driving. Absolutely no more.
I understand.
But clearly he didn't understand. 6 weeks later, he was at the wheel of this red pickup,
Take the next right onto Patterson Road.
crashing and fleeing the scene.
What the heck is that guy doing?
Why is he still driving around?
Police had the same questions. Already on the verge of arresting him in Curtis Littlepage's death, they picked him up the next day, taking note of the residue around his nose after Clayton admitted he snorted his medicine. Testing Clayton's blood from the night of the deadly crash had taken several weeks. The results showed multiple drugs in his system, including pot. That was no shock. But this was. Clayton was on a 3-year deferred sentence in a 2014 drug case.
Addiction is a disease, and we don't want to incarcerate people because they have an addiction.
Prosecutors in the office of Mesa County District Attorney Dan Rubenstein approved the deal, which required treatment and regular drug testing.
It's when that addiction turns into a public safety problem that you have to address it.
Documents obtained by 9 Wants to Know show that while he was on that plea deal, Clayton had 7 clean drug tests, leading a probation officer to file a report with the court praising him for maintaining his sobriety. But then, an avalanche of violations. 21 missed tests, 19 positive tests for oxy, pot, and meth, and a DUI conviction. That's 41 times Kevin Clayton violated that plea deal. 41 times he could have been hauled in front of a judge. 41 times he could have been thrown in jail and taken off the street. Instead, probation officers gave him warning after warning, but did nothing.
We knew nothing about any of the dirty drug tests. We knew nothing about any of the missed drug tests.
Your office was not notified.
Correct.
And you believe your office should have been notified?
Yes.
As I got off the elevator, I saw the sign for probation.
They are across the hall.
Fair to say you were frustrated when you looked through this narrative?
Frustrated, sad, The number of emotions are hard to even describe. We have a family that lost a loved one because of this.
We wanted to know why probation officers gave Kevin Clayton so many chances, but they wouldn't talk to us, citing a lawsuit filed by the Littlepage family. Pat and Anita Littlepage know what it's like to wonder. What if Curtis didn't go to the Harley dealer that day? What if it snowed and he left his bike at home?
What if, Kevin would have turned and went a different direction? What if? What if all of these things that they should have done, they did? Yep, my son would probably be alive today.
Instead, they have flowers taped to a light pole and a memorial sign near the crash site.
My son is dead. Forever, never not to come back. They can go and visit their kids at their house or whatever. I have to go down the road over here to the cemetery and look at a cold rock.